Okay, so here's a quick pass of some of the ideas that I came up with for the DesignSpark mechanical thing. So, I kind of it's kind of dumb ideas, but I was thinking of things like global Mexican waves, um, whether 3D scanning in DesignSpark mechanical should be a thing. Don't know if you ever heard of this, but you can go build a bear. So I was sort of thinking, okay, it's a bit of a gimmick, but how could you have someone who assembles something that's very personalized, obviously with a view to things like, CAD and software and building and 3D printing. Um, I think it could be a bit of a sort of nonsense, but I was sort of curious about the notion that you could 3D print something that could be under 25 millimeters and fit through the postbox, and whether that was an interesting thing, but kind of discarded it because it's not the greatest idea in the corona pandemic. But nonetheless, something to shelve and come back to in better times, hopefully. I forgot what it was called, but the thing on Reddit where you would, populate a pixel and people would sort of self-organize and create this sort of collective art, I think is super interesting. And also sort of the work of people like Brendan Dawes, who've done things like states of mind, using ways to express feelings, emotional, your state, as it were, without necessarily using words, but to actually use pictures in a different medium. So that was interesting to me. It's kind of interested. I didn't really want to sort of actually make a marble run, but I enjoyed the sort of metaphor of how you use elements which are then assembled in unique ways by people. I was sort of really interested in the idea of sort of bridging worlds and experience and communities, in a global context. How do we, really make use of that? The kind of, could you do something crazy where things fit together remotely and you've got this interesting metaphor? I just had an interview with someone from the British Museum about how they have an incredible collection of 3D objects which are available to the public. So I was trying to work that out. Kind of Guinness Book of Records is an interesting one, just because sometimes for the sake of breaking a record, it puts you into an interesting provocation of what is worth breaking. 3D printers, how to sort of make it bespoke, one-off, niche, but not sort of trivial and stupid. And of course, relating to the sort of whole 5-year message. So this is kind of where I got to, and it's sort of just interesting for a first pass, and we'll see where it goes.